Hello, everyone. Gina Rideout here, certified health coach and doTERRA wellness advocate. Thank you so much for joining me for the second class in this 8-class series. Today, we're going to talk about daily vitality. I hope you listened last week where we did discuss essential oil foundations and how to use oils. And this week, we're going to talk about wellness from a foundational standpoint. So essential oils are fantastic at helping support the systems in our body. However, we also have to look deeper to truly address the root of health and wellness. So looking at cellular health. So what is cellular health? Cells are the basic building blocks of all life. Healthy tissues, organs, and ultimately healthy organisms depend on cellular reproduction and specialized function, energy production, and timely cell death. So as we age, cellular function can deteriorate and we gradually begin to experience decreased energy and performance. So we're going to discuss how to support the cells in our body for more optimal health. So we're going to discuss how important it is to feed our cells. We want to feed the proper nutrients, and we're going to discuss the functions that enzymes play in our body and why it's important to cleanse and restore regularly, as well as the importance of a healthy intestinal flora and what that means for us. So looking at nutrient intake, there are more and more health concerns with the lack of nutrients in the foods we eat because we are so reliant on processed and convenience foods. So there's concern now with many of the supplements on the market because of companies trying to pack just way too much into a pill. Mega dosing. So it's mega dosing on some nutrients in addition to lack of other nutrients is really not the best way. So doTERRA has alternatives with just the right balance. They're coupled with doTERRA's certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils and a lifelong commitment to doTERRA's wellness lifestyle. They naturally support a lifetime of looking, feeling, and living younger and longer. So there are two options here, and really the choice is yours. The pack with the 2 bottles there is the Daily Nutrient Pack, and that includes the Z Omega and the Microplex MVP, and designed for everyone for optimal nutrition. And actually, my kids take this one. And the Lifelong Vitality Pack includes the Z Omega, the Microplex MVP, as well as the Alpha CRS Plus. And this is a more targeted benefit. And this is actually, despite doTERRA being an essential oil company, this is the #1 seller in all of doTERRA. So it speaks to how amazing they are and the benefits that people are receiving. So we'll talk about each of these in more detail. So a lot of people say to me, I'm a health coach, and they'll say, you know what, I eat well, I don't really need to supplement. And that actually couldn't be further from the truth. In the society we live in right now, you can still be eating a healthy diet and still be malnourished in some ways. And if you think about it, over the years, our soil has just become so depleted that the food we're eating today is nowhere near what our parents ate, certainly not what our grandparents ate. The nutritional profile is just not the same as it was. That's one reason. And we're also a very overstressed society that we need to manage. That's in another presentation. But stress, long-term stress, over time, it actually depletes our nutrient stores. So because of these things, we absolutely need to supplement. This is from the New York Times in 2013, a quote here: "The loss of these beneficial nutrients did not begin 50 or 100 years ago. as many assume. Unwittingly, we have been stripping phytonutrients from our diet since we stopped foraging for wild plants some 10,000 years ago and became farmers. And of course, over time, and where we are today, with genetically modified organisms and heavily sprayed foods, yeah, it's definitely affected the phytonutrient profile of what we're eating. So based on what I just said, who needs a multivitamin? Absolutely everybody. We all do. Everyone in my household supplements, and including my kids, my husband, and some of the healthiest people I know also supplement very heavily. So there's been a bit of an evolution when it comes to multivitamins. We would call this, say, version 1.0, which would be a basic one-a-day vitamin. And a lot of these, if you buy them at a drugstore, they're often very poor quality with synthetic artificial ingredients that the body does not recognize, much less able to absorb. And then move on to a version 2.0, which is a high dose, mega dose multivitamin with the idea that more is better. And that's not always true either. So what you want to be is somewhere in between with an optimal dosing that the body can actually absorb. And studies are showing side effects with these mega dose multivitamins, and we should be right here. So here's what we get from a nutritional profile from I'm going to say the standard American diet. People often call it the SAD diet for good reason. Canadians, we are not very different from what they're eating. And obviously we're lacking in nutrition here. Versus the average diet with the common, like I mentioned, the 1.0 multivitamin, artificial, synthetic, we're not absorbing those from that quality of supplement. And this is what we would call the mega dose, high-end, in quotations, multivitamin. And this is not really going to help you, and basically we can't absorb that much at one time. This will just lead to some very expensive pee. Okay, we're just going to excrete a lot of this and not absorb it. Versus the doTERRA Daily Nutrient Pack or the Lifelong Vitality Pack, it's going to give you an optimal dosing. And I can explain a little bit more why. So we'll start first with the Microplex MVP, which is the food nutrient complex. So the Microplex MVP is one that supports healthy metabolism and cellular energy. It's filled with antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E. It has 22 essential vitamins and minerals and is shown to support a healthy immune function. And what's unique about this is that this is a whole food supplement, okay? So there's kale and dandelion and spirulina and all of these things packed in here. What I love about doTERRA is that they listen to the reps. There are a lot of experts among the wellness advocates, and it's also very scientifically based. We have a full scientific advisory committee. So they're always listening and looking at the latest science and what the science tells us, and always updating the formula, which I like. So in 2016, for example, they did an update. This formula contained folic acid, which is synthetic, and they updated it instead to folate, naturally derived from lemons. So, and a lot of these, everything you see in this Microplex MVP is also chelated, which makes it more bioavailable to us. So it's not going to lead to expensive pee, and we'll actually absorb the nutrients that are in here. Next is the Z Omega, which is the essential oil omega complex. And I love this one. This promotes cardiovascular health, healthy joint function. It's marine and land omega blend. So the marine portion comes from anchovies, sardines, and mackerel off the coast of Peru, which is the cleanest marine source you can get. You can also get a vegan version of this if you prefer. And also contains astaxanthin, along with essential oils. So right now we have in the, like I mentioned, the standard American diet or Canadian diets, is just way too high in omega-6, and we want to correct that balance with more omega-3s, which is what we should have, and the correct balance, I should say, between omega-3 and omega-6. So, and I want to talk a little bit about astaxanthin, because I think this is really cool, because when you look at these capsules, they're a very deep, dark red color, and it's not dye, it's from the astaxanthin. So astaxanthin is it's one of the most potent carotenoids and antioxidants found in nature. So other carotenoids you might be familiar with include beta-carotene, lutein, lycopene, and it's what gives the dark, vibrant pigment to things like krill and algae and salmon and lobster. So these are super beneficial for the skin, heart, brain health, and supports healthy vision. And like I said, it's why the XE-omega is that dark red color, in case you were ever wondering. And last in the lifelong vitality is the alpha CRS plus, which helps support healthy cell function, supports mental clarity, includes botanical extracts to prevent stomach upset. Sometimes when people take supplements, especially on an empty stomach, which I wouldn't recommend, it can cause some stomach upset. So I recommend taking these with meals. And it supports healthy cell function by reducing oxidative stress to DNA and other critical cell structures. So as we age, cellular function deteriorates, and we experience decreased energy and performance as a result of that. So as I mentioned, these are a whole food supplement, and that's what you want to look for in a quality supplement. So the dosing of this Lifelong Vitality Pack, which includes the Microplex MVP, the XE-omega, and the Alpha CRS Plus, is 4 of each of these daily. And it sounds like a lot, I know, but it's not. This is flooding your system with nutrition like we talked about in those optimal amounts. So I take 2 of each of these with my breakfast and 2 of each with my supper. So that's my daily habit and my regimen. And that's not even all I take. I include others as well that we'll talk about. So another fantastic supplement that doTERRA carries is the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. So polyphenol is a micronutrient with potent antioxidant activity. So this Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex includes extracts of ginger, curcumin, resveratrol, and other polyphenols to soothe aches and discomforts. So if you have, say, joint pain or other aches and pains, then you might want to add this to your regimen. So you could probably do the daily nutrient pack with the 2 and include this one as well. I do want to mention resveratrol is in here, which is an antioxidant found naturally in red wine, as well as deep colored berries, and as well as dark chocolate or pure cocoa. So some of you may have heard of the French paradox, right? Because they eat a lot of fat and a very rich diet, but yet they don't have the heart disease that we do on this side of the pond. And it's believed it's because they also drink more red wine than we do, which is very high in the resveratrol, so it's protective. So this protects against symptoms associated with aging and free radical damage. So it's a fantastic supplement. Enzymes is the next part we'll talk about. So the Digestin line of digestive health products provides targeted solutions for optimal digestive function and comfort. So we're going to break this up into 3 areas of enzymes, cleansing, waste and toxins, and restoring with probiotics. So touching on the enzymes first. So lifelong health is very much dependent on digestion. So a properly functioning digestive system is not only essential for food nutrient absorption, but also performs critical immune and detoxification functions of the body. So 70% of our immunity is housed in our gut. as well as serotonin is also made in the gut. So when you heal the gut, you can have a huge benefit on your immunity as well as your mental health. So some enzymes help break large molecules into smaller pieces that are more easily absorbed by the body. So our bodies just don't create more enzymes as we get older. They get damaged, and we need more to help break down foods and metabolize nutrients. The other thing is, we're so in a hurry all the time and stressed that we actually don't chew our food. Digestion starts in the mouth with the chewing process, and once we start eating, all the salivary glands get activated, and that's where digestion actually begins, is in the mouth, and where the saliva and digestive enzymes get activated. So I find a lot of the time we don't even chew our food like we used to, or we're downing smoothies and we kind of bypass that whole process altogether. We tend not to eat as much as many raw foods as we should, which also includes digestive enzymes. So without proper enzymes, there may be a buildup of sugars, proteins, and fats in our blood, and that can lead to problems. So enter tyrosine. So this is our digestive enzyme and supports healthy digestion of enzyme-deficient processed food, promotes gastrointestinal comfort, and supports healthy production of metabolic enzymes. So I've had fantastic feedback with this product. I use it myself as well. So if anyone has any digestive issues with regular gas and bloating, you're not sure why, this product can actually help. You still need to find out the cause of why you're having those issues. Or if somebody, say, has some sensitivity to gluten, and that doesn't mean whether or not you have celiacs, but a lot of us are sensitive to gluten, and we don't realize it. Just because gluten is in everything, it's just way too much. It's more than what our bodies were designed to handle. So by taking the digestive enzyme, it could actually help metabolize that and break it down for you, so you may not have that stomach upset all the time. So fantastic product, and this is one that I also add with my LLV. So next we're going to talk about waste and toxins. So doTERRA does have a 30-day cleanse and restore protocol. We're going to get into that a little bit more in another, I believe it's next week. But regular detoxing is so important. So as a health coach, people often ask me, how often do I detox? And my answer is usually every day. Every day I am looking for ways to push toxins out of my environment, whether it's my food, whether it's my personal care products, or anything in my environment, cleaners, things like that. So we want to always be pushing toxins away. But we also, and despite that, I still do a deeper cleanse, this 30-day protocol, at least twice a year, sometimes 3. And because even though I take efforts to push those things out of my life and out of my environment, there's a lot of things we can't control. So once I walk out of my own home, where I have pretty good control on things, once we walk out the door, we have no control. So we eat out at a restaurant. We don't know if the food is organic. We don't know what they've cooked it on. So because of that, our bodies are always absorbing toxins from our environment, and if you're absorbing too much of those things without taking steps to remove them, that can lead to a lot of health issues as well. So one of the products in the cleanse and restore system is called GX Assist. So this is a first step in digestive maintenance program. So it supports a healthy digestive system and is a blend of essential oils that provide a natural cleanse. So this product will actually get into the intestinal tract, and I kind of almost gives it a good scraping and cleaning out, getting rid of any invaders that might be lurking in there and hiding out. So when you start taking this product as part of that protocol, it might actually cause a little bit of stomach upset, but that will go away over time once everything starts getting cleared out. Other products involved in that system include Zendocrine Detoxification Complex, as well as the oil. So these support our organs during the cleansing process. So healthy cleansing and filtering functions of the liver, colon, lungs, and skin. So again, this will be talked on more next week, but it's very difficult to do a cleanse if some of the pathways of elimination are not working properly. So that needs to be worked on. This supports normal detoxification functions of the cleansing organs and works really nicely together with the Zendocrine Detoxification Blend. So the first one is an herbal formula, and then the detoxification blend is an oil blend that supports the body's natural ability to rid itself of unwanted substances. So if you think about, say, an air filter in your home, right? So over time, it just gets, it's filtering for us, it's getting rid of unwanted dust, but we need to clean it out regularly. So this is similar to our own system. Our organs are designed to cleanse and restore, but at times they can get clogged. Say, for example, constipation. So you want to change the air filter, get things all functioning and balanced and working again. And the Zendocrine is a great product that can support that process. Also using lemon and citrus oils. So whether or not I'm cleansing, this is something I do every single day. Adding lemon or other citrus oil. I'm a big fan of lime or the Slim and Sassy metabolic blend, grapefruit. All of those are fantastic to help the body cleanse itself. Citrus oils are super high in antioxidants, so you can easily add a drop to your water daily and help with your day-to-day cleansing. Just be careful not to put citrus oils in plastic water bottles, always in glass or stainless, because it will break down plastics. So as I mentioned, if you're more interested in the cleanse protocol, we'll talk more about that next week in the weight control class. So the next part is probiotics. So probiotics help support and replenish the healthy intestinal flora in the digestive tract. This is so important. And this flora helps the body to properly filter bacteria and waste before they enter the body. So at times our digestive tract can have excess amounts of unhealthy elements. And a probiotic can help support healthy digestive functions and help boost our immunity. So it's great when used in conjunction with the GX Assist. Sometimes if you don't want to do the 30-day protocol, you can actually do a shorter version with just the GX Assist and the PB Assist, which is doTERRA's probiotic. So this supports healthy digestive function, creates an unfavorable environment for unhealthy elements in the gut, and helps boost gastrointestinal immunity. So I take this daily as well, as do my kids. They take the PB Assist Junior, which is a powder form. It's actually, they taste like a pixie stick. They're delicious, so I don't have to remind them to take this one. And I know that they're getting an immunity boost for it. In the cleanse, this is my favorite part, when we add the PB Assist probiotic. So after cleansing and clearing out the intestinal tract and add the PB Assist, I just find I see such a difference in my skin, and I look forward to it every time. It's my favorite part of the cleanse, is adding this in. And then you do a maintenance once you end that protocol. So in a nutshell, healthy cells produce vitality. Vitality is an energetic style or healthy capacity for vigorous activity. So by getting the proper nutrients and taking care of our digestive tract with enzymes, cleansing, and adding probiotics, we can be our more healthy, energetic selves and have a more balanced approach to health and wellness. So I hope that helps. We're at the end. So if you do want to get any of these products into your home and start experimenting with them, definitely reach out to your enroller and they can help you. But if you're going to start the supplements, which I highly recommend everyone should do, you want to purchase that on the Loyalty Rewards program, because then, well, the supplements, if you purchase that, that will be over 50 PV. And you can earn free points every month you order. So in case you missed it last week, if your order is over 50 PV, you will earn points and increase your percentage. So when you start the Loyalty Rewards program, you start getting 10% back of your PV, and over time, up to a year, you increase that up to 30% if your PV is over 50. Now, it doesn't have to be, it can be less than that. If you want to just stay in the program and keep any points you have earned, that's perfectly fine to have it under 50, but over 50 is when you actually earn points and increase your percentage. And if you want to earn commissions, it should be over 100. And if you want the free product of the month, every month there's a new one, it should be over 125. So the LRP is easy. You just customize it monthly. You set your own date when you want it to ship. Just make sure you edit it and customize it 24 hours before the date that you select. And everything comes to your door. It's a one-stop shop, and doTERRA pays you to shop there. If you're interested in getting your oils for free each month, that is possible as well. So talk to your enroller about that. But in a nutshell, doTERRA has several different ways of getting paid, including a fast start bonus, which is the quickest way to get paid with doTERRA. You get back 20% on the PV of every person you add to our team. There's also a Power of 3 team bonus, where you can earn different bonuses up to $1,500 monthly. And then our uni-level structure is the best in the industry, because we get paid the most amount, 7%, on the most amount of people in our downline. And doTERRA gives back 7% of global profits. So once you become part of the leadership ranks, you get a percentage of those profits. So the rank of Premier is not included here, but they also are included in this bonus. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me on this one. And I hope to see you next week for class 3, where we will discuss weight control. Thanks, and talk to you soon.